Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Jesse, Brandon here. Welcome to the Ecuador Insider Podcast. If you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up. Like the video if you haven't liked the video. Check out the description below. If you're interested in checking out Southern Ecuador and want to come hang out with these two yahoos, enjoy the sun, the mountains, the fresh, clean air, the amazing food, check out our retreat. We've got a couple spots left for our August retreat. The link in the description's below. We'd love to see you guys down here.
Did you just call me a Yahoo?
I mean, remember that drink, the chocolate drink? Was that even real? It wasn't probably real chocolate milk.
I'm sure it was not.
It's probably like water.
Synthetic
chocolate chemical water. They called Yahoo. Yeah.
The weather has turned.
It has. I like it. You like it?
It's been lovely.
Yeah. It's not as hot. You know, I'll be honest right now, because I gave you a lot of stuff in the beginning. That
you did.
If at the end you may watch or may not. If you do, seek horse therapy. But it's not as hot as I thought.
It's lovely.
It's not nearly as uncomfortable.
And it feels good in the sun.
But you did complain quite a bit, and but you persisted.
Hearkening back to our previous
Well done.
podcast. Shout out to Trevor from Canada. Trevor and Monica have walked into our office the other day talking about how freezing cold it had been. And a certain bearded gentleman from the Midwest area who thinks that pizza that's like this thick is good.
Lou Malnati's, if you haven't tried it, you haven't tried pizza.
I believe said that they were actually very cold on the previous podcast, but couldn't say it.
Who?
You.
Me?
You.
What? I was thinking about pizza. See? Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
I haven't had Lou Malnati's in a long time.
Yeah. That's we have amazing food in this town.
Right.
Like amazing food. But there's always going to be a little piece of you that misses the U.S. supermarkets and some of the food.
Yeah.
Some of the restaurants.
Yeah. Speaking of food, I watched, I showed this to the kids this morning, but it was a guy, I don't know if it was on TikTok or Instagram or something, a friend sent it to me, and it was a guy that he went and bought 3 burgers, a Big Mac from McDonald's, a Whopper from Burger King, and a Five Guys burger. And he left them for 30 days in the paper bag, just how they came, didn't unwrap them, and left 30 days. And the Five Guys he opened up, and he was almost throwing up.
Yeah, it's actual food.
Because it was like completely black and fungused and like rotting and decomposing as real food should. Yeah. The Burger King one had some like fuzzy fungus. It had some smell to it, but it was still, the bun looked almost completely fine, but there was some like fungus. Oddly, like on the wrapper, not as much on the food. Yeah. And in some, very small parts. And then he opens a McDonald's. It's like a brand new. It looks like it's made out of Play-Doh. It looks like fake. It looks like it's plastic. It looked like you could put it in a commercial right now and they'd be like, it looks good. 30 days. Then he shows when he's had for 7 months. Yeah. 7 months. He's had a McDonald's Big Mac for 7 months and it's not decomposed. It looks like you could eat it right now. Like, how fake is that food? How sick are people?
It's a testament to how amazing the human body is.
Yeah.
That you can actually eat that and not just die.
Right. It's wild,
just drop dead.
It's insane, man.
Dude, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were asking, they weren't familiar. I don't think they'd seen our videos or anything, and they weren't really familiar with the area. Like, I think they just found us through MLS Ecuador or something. And, they're from the Northwest, and they're like homesteader types and doing a lot of cool stuff, and like they would probably fit in really well here. But they were mentioning some of their health stuff, and they were asking me like, what's it like for this, that, and I was just kind of telling them a little bit. Well, like, we're known as the Valley of Longevity. They've studied this place to understand why people live so long.
Right.
And, what I've seen over and over again for 12 years here is just people come and just get healthier.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of it. Like, even though you can buy all the packaged crap here, your typical diet here for anyone, like for locals, for anyone, your typical diet here is real food, all of it.
Right,
Like,
no preservatives, there's no
yeah.
there's no chemicals,
Right.
you know, but the preservatives is a big thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
they're not doing anything. You're not going to restaurants and they're using shelf-stable ingredients.
Right.
You know, you go buy a loaf of bread. That's another thing. Like with the bread, people can eat bread here and not have leaky gut and not have digestive issues and something because there's no preservatives.
Yeah,
you know,
they're not putting all the chemicals in the bread.
Yeah,
they're not putting all the crap in the bread. It is Canadian wheat.
Yeah, and most of it. Yeah, there's some of it. There's some.
You can get organic nice wheat here.
Yeah, you can get organic.
Yeah. But if you're just going to like the panderia
that's
and buying
Canadian.
bread.
Like from a local place. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, I mean, right, we're buying organic sourdough, like delicious stuff, but
Right, the local, unfortunately, is Canadian wheat with glyphosate, I imagine.
But I would imagine, But the other,
But without preservatives, man, that's something to it.
And they're not putting chemicals in.
No chemicals.
It's not like there's 57 ingredients going into it.
It's like 3 ingredients.
Like,
and they're real food.
Yeah. No, and I'm right. And even the unhealthy parts of the diet here are like okay.
Right. Well, they're healthier than their counterparts in the States, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just take a burger from any of these places, from Buddha Fusion or Charlitos. You take those are probably
it's grass-fed beef.
And they're amazing. They're awesome. Yeah, like awesome burgers, man.
Yeah.
You take one of those and
the lettuce is probably local. The tomato is probably local. I mean, it's not organic, but it's local.
Yeah.
And
it may be organic. There's a lot of organic here.
Yeah. But you have to seek it out. I mean, I don't think the restaurants are going.
And you put that in that bag challenge. You put a Charlitos burger in a bag challenge. It's the bag's gone too. By the end.
Dude, that's actually one of the shocking things. I'm sure you've experienced this as well. Of realizing the differences in how quickly or slowly things go rotten here versus when you buy them in the States.
Yeah.
Like here,
produce.
An avocado is still good when it's rotten in the States.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like when it starts to get too mushy and too soft and brown on the outside and whatever, it's no good in the States. You cut it open, it's rotten.
Yeah. Here
it isn't.
It's mushy. You think it is.
You think it is.
And it's not.
And it's not.
But that's avocados. I think certain things do. I think some of the produce that it actually looks like it's fresher longer in the States in a way because they put all that to make it not age.
Exactly.
And here, no, things are real food, so they start to decompose and you learn about why people separate bananas from, or peppers from this or banana, because, all right, these oxidize a little faster. So when these are close together, then that forces these to oxidize a little faster. So you learn about that stuff here.
Right. And that's to your point. That's exactly what I was bringing up. It's like you buy an apple here if it's from Ecuador. I'm not talking about the Chilean apples.
Right.
I don't know what they're doing with those, but if you're buying apples from here, like. Yeah, they don't last anywhere near as long as your apples back home, which makes me think, like, what are they putting on these apples back home?
Yeah.
Well, like the A peel and all that.
Right, the A peel, right.
Yeah, and same with, you mentioned peppers. Like, so if you buy normal peppers here, they last a long time, but they go bad, like, as you would expect it to go bad. I noticed if you buy peppers at Supermaxi, which no one here does that. Like, everyone here just buys all their stuff locally. Yeah. But if you buy peppers at Supermaxi, which is like the big chain supermarket in Ecuador, one of them, they go rotten in a strange way. They're definitely putting something on that. Like the whole pepper will still be perfect except for one spot that'll be fully rotten. And then it's all perfect around it. It's like, okay, so something...
Should I cut that out or throw the whole thing out?
A little weird,
yeah.
But all that stuff, man, it gets, all those lifestyle things, quality of life, lifestyle things, again, I lose perspective because of how long I've been here. I just keep losing perspective, but I'm getting some of my perspective back recently as I've been talking to people, who are contacting us based on interest in living here in one form or another, and holy dude, like
holy buckets,
like holy Batman. I never said that in my life, and I should never say that again.
Yeah, holy buckets.
No, it's not better.
It's worse. I mean,
let me swear. Let me swear,
Can you
bro.
imagine,
like,
trying to put out a fire with a holy bucket?
Maybe it's holy enough. Right. Yeah, but just, I mean, talking to people is giving me the perspective, but the juxtaposition. Like, it's giving me that demonstration of, like, what the nervous system, lifestyle, way of thinking, way of relating to the world, way of relating to people is here versus like the meat grinder that people are in the States and in Canada. I mean, people call and you can feel the stress. You can like feel it.
Right.
There's most are just, not all. I will say that, it's not all.
Yeah,
but most people that I speak to, they're so stressed out, and a lot of them, not all, but they're so used to, and it's not their fault either. This is not like talking down on people at all, but they tend to be in a very respectful way, which I used to do, which is the norm and like the social norm back home, very sort of respectful of your time to the point of it's transactional.
Right.
To the point of like
you
I have to sort of break through the barriers to get to the human, so we can like actually like relate to one another, because they're treating me like you do back home, which is like, I don't know what your shtick is, I don't know who you are, you know, like I'm just, you have information I may want, I gotta be respectful of your time, I gotta take what you say with a grain of salt because I don't know you, right. and like we're just gonna have this quick sort of superficial transactional back and forth, and then I'll decide how much I believe of it or not, or whatever, like, you know. But I keep being struck, and it's shocking to me, because no one here is like that. Like locals, like no one here is like that. Like, I mean, people just aren't, people here in this culture and in this, you know, they don't have the pressure on them to relate to the world and have the nervous system and have that just be part of their experience. Right. They just don't have that. Yeah. So I'm not used to it. It's like I'm not used to it. I'm used to, like, if I call someone, even if I don't know them, and like there's some doctor, I mean, dude, you know, I had a client recently that they have a medical situation, and it's a fairly complicated one. And they need a lot of information. So I'm like, all right, like, how am I going to help them with this, right? So I reach out to a couple of people. Turns out a friend of mine's wife's grandfather was on this treatment, and it was set up for them in their house. So you know, that's what you need here. You need like a personal contact. Perfect. So I reach out, using the guy's name, of course, that gave me the number, who has the relationship. And it turns out this guy is a big shot guy, obviously, in Ecuador. He runs these clinics. Like, he's the guy that owns and runs these clinics all over the country. Busy guy, obviously.
For this specialized treatment.
Busy guy, entrepreneur, doctor, entrepreneur. You know, definitely like one of those guys. He not only like will he help me, like not only will he take his time to help me, he doesn't know me, he's not charging me, he doesn't know me. Not only will he do that, we scheduled a Zoom call, and this is not abnormal. This is like, right. I'm so accustomed to this, it's shocking to me when someone won't do something like this. Right. This is just the norm. But like, we scheduled a Zoom call with myself, him, and the clients. Probably was a 45-minute or, you know, I'd say it was about a 45-minute or so Zoom call, where he's literally just advising us and giving us free information.
Yeah, you can't even go see your primary care doctor for 45 minutes
and
in the States.
Right, and he's just doing this.
3 months.
He's just doing this simply as a favor, because I know someone that he knows, right, and who gave me the contact, and he's like he's probably the number one guy in the country to speak to on this subject. Right. Like, he's probably the number one guy in the country. Then after that phone call, we keep working through, and some of the parameters changed. So I am reaching out to him via WhatsApp with additional questions. We had another phone call the other day, just me and him. And I still have a little bit of the States in me. So I'm like, you know, I'm really sorry to take all your time. You know, like, I really appreciate, you know, you taking the time to do this. And he tells me, like, he like understands the situation. You know, he's like, it's foreigners, they're trying to come here, they're trying to get this done. It's not so easy necessarily. I don't know if he thought all that through, but it felt like he did.
Yeah.
And he tells me, he's just like, you know, it's all in Spanish, but he tells me, he's like, bro, he's like, hermano, like, you need help, like, I'm gonna help you. Just let me know what you need. If something might take me a day to get back to you. He's like, but whatever you need, just if you have more questions, it's okay. Like, just contact me, I'll help you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's just like, you know, the percentage of time that you run into somebody who isn't like that here is like 3 to 5%.
Right.
That's just how everyone is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just interesting, man, that like what our culture, where we come from, what it's kind of turned into is, I think, very inhumane in many ways, and
it divides humanity, right? It not only it like makes it less human, right? It's robotic, right? Which is interesting, right? With all the things that are happening with AI and transhumanism and that kind of stuff, and society as a whole is trending towards a less human, you know, social interaction as well from that perspective. Yeah, it's a thing, man.
Well, we were talking like before, you know, in the preamble that comes after this about hitchhiking. Yeah. You know, I'm right now I'm out in Masalamaca and I'm driving back and forth, and like I'm picking people up almost every day. Yeah. And there's nobody here would ever concern themselves ever about getting a ride. Yeah. It wouldn't even cross their mind, like, should I worry about getting in this stranger's car?
Right. Yeah, we drive. Anytime we're driving to town, we're picking up people. Yeah. And, you know, every time. Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy it, actually.
You get to know someone a little bit. Yeah,
come on in.
Connection.
Yeah, really? I mean, that guy, even with us, where we were just at, when Tuminuma, or driving to Tuminumi, and that guy, he was walking. Yeah. It would have taken him like 3 hours to walk to where he was going. Yeah. You know, like
an hour, hour and a half, yeah.
It was like a 75-year-old dude.
Yeah.
80, you know, like
probably could get up a mountain faster than you or I.
Yeah, probably.
Well, definitely you.
I mean, that's not saying much, but but it's just like, it was like no big deal. Like if nobody would have, I didn't see another car the whole time we drove.
No, it was
So he was just dead set on, I'm going to get there. It's going to take me an hour and a half.
Well, and he very well may do that every day.
Which is,
I mean,
right.
So when we were in Yasanga, which, you know, I've walked from Yasanga to here a couple of times. It's about 45 minutes. Town's slightly further. If I was walking up, it would definitely be more than 45 minutes, probably hour and a quarter. Yeah. I would come up and down a lot in the morning and the afternoon. It's the same people every day that are walking from town up to that same area and back in the afternoon. Yeah. And a lot of them are elderly. I mean, a lot of them are elderly, and most of them don't ask for rides.
No, they don't.
Because the custom here is that if you ask for a ride, you have to give like 50 cents.
Right.
But if you just stop and say like, hey, you know, you need a ride, then it's free. Right. But if they ask, I mean, we wouldn't charge, obviously. I just mean the custom.
Right. If they see a taxi.
Well, even a car.
Oh, even a car too.
Even a car. Yeah.
Oh,
like if you flag a car. Like, that's why you noticed, or you may not have, but when we gave that guy a ride, he tried to pay us. Yeah. Because that's just the custom.
Right, okay.
So, like, anytime, you know, people, sometimes they will ask, and then they'll try and pay you when they get out, and you're just like, nah, I'm good. But, like, that's the, you know, and I think it's actually a really good system. Yeah. Because it's sort of, it provides transportation in the places that there isn't buses. Right. And where people either don't have a car or can't pay for a taxi. Mm-hmm. It's like a cheaper version of a way to get somewhere. Right. Where like anyone can be a taxi for 50 cents. You know?
And it goes to, you know, just how ingrained, you know, activity is, like movement in everybody's lifestyle, right? You know, even not just elderly, like our friend Dario and Maribel, she was pregnant. And she's doing she's 9 months pregnant, bro, and she's doing like a 45-minute walk from town to her house, you know, in Yambara Alto. And I'm like, what? Like several times a week, sometimes every day, you know, like it's no big deal.
I mean, they'll still work the fields pregnant sometimes and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to see, like, what is a big deal and what isn't, you know, and what is just like, it's fine. Like, I whatever, it's going to take me an hour, I'll walk there, or I got to do this, I got to be there for this, I got to leave. All right, that means I got to leave at 4:30 in the morning. You know, okay, fine. Like, like not like, oh man, no,
like
it's
at
just,
all.
no
Resentment,
right?
No like upset at my lot in life or anything,
right.
like none of that at all. It's just it's like different expectations.
Yeah, totally. Expectations is huge, man.
Yeah,
huge part of it. And that's what's funny when when you mentioned, like as you're talking to clients now, and they don't know you and they don't know. I mean, we have literally hundreds of hours on YouTube. Hundreds of us talking, unfiltered, like somebody really wants to know who we are. Just watch YouTube. Like you could watch enough YouTube to get a really good idea of who we are by watching enough YouTube. Like, but there's like there's literally hundreds, maybe thousands of hours of that. If people want to, like, who are they? Like, well, it's all there. Like, go see, go throw it into AI, and synthesize it down. But you know what I mean? Like, or you're meeting somebody that, hey, you're calling somebody. Oh, well, he's a doctor they referred. You don't know him either. You don't know this guy. You don't know anybody. But there's different. Like, wait a second. None of these people put their face out there. They don't put their words out there. They don't put their, they don't say. I mean, we say some outrageous things sometimes, or at least I do, that I misspeak on, or perhaps intentionally. But the point is, I don't care. Like, this is who I am. I joke around. I have fun. Like, you don't like it, watch something else. But, like, you want to know who I am? Watch this. You're going to meet. When you come here, you're going to meet the same guy that you see.
I mean, another thing, too, that you reminded me of is, like, people just have no understanding whatsoever. And I've seen so many people get themselves into so much trouble just, doing stuff that doesn't work here in this way. Of just people have no understanding how important your social network and your network in general, your, the contacts, like the people how important that is here. Because everything here, every single thing here that you're going to do is going to be a process, and it's going to be successful or not based on the person.
Right.
The person, the human being that is part of that process in whatever capacity. And that goes from government agencies to your car mechanic and everything in between. And the fact that the fact that I can get this guy on the phone, and have that level of expertise available to someone who's thinking about moving here, people have no understanding of like what that means here. And here's why. Like, it's not just, and it's not me tooting my own horn like, oh, I know all these special people. I've been here a long time. I do have a very big network, but that's not the point. The point is, if you go about it how most people go about it, you get all screwed up.
Yeah.
Like every time, like without fail, like you get yourself all screwed up. Why? Everyone you talk to is going to have a different answer. If you don't have the relationship and don't understand the subtleties of communication and don't understand how to read and understand what they're saying and don't have, it's not really the right word, but I'll just use it. Don't have the leverage of the relationship because there's a mutual person or they were referred to you or however that relationship developed, or they know you and they want to help you or whatever it is. If you don't have all those things and understand how to navigate all those things, you're literally going to get conflicting answers from everyone. It's going to be super confusing, and you're going to lose a lot of time and money because you're going to end up paying people who have no idea what they're talking about or are trying to scam you in some ways.
Or just, a lot of times meaning well.
A lot of times
they just don't, but don't know how to say no.
There's also people that milk people too.
Yeah, of course.
It's both, you know. But I agree. Often it's well-meaning, but it's just the wrong person.
Right. They won't tell you no. But to me, that's like, it's an endearing. It's like the dark side of an endearing general quality. Like they want to help you. They really want to help you, but they just don't want to tell you no, I can't help you. They want to help you so bad that like maybe I'm not the right person, and they don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's this thing, right, where, for example, if you're talking to someone, and this is all in Spanish, of course, but if you're talking to someone and they say like, in English, the translation in English, the word is complicated. They say, like, oh, it's complicated. Well, okay, if you're from the States and you hear like, okay, it's complicated, you say, okay, it's complicated. Like, there's some steps, there's some things that have to happen. What that means here is like, ain't happening. Right? But if you don't understand this is an example, but if you don't understand the subtleties of like what they're telling you, what you end up doing, and I did this for 2 years. The first 2 years here, I did this. It was very difficult. You just end up banging your head against the wall on everything.
Yeah.
On everything. Everything you do seems like it's impossible. Because you're just either working with the wrong people or you just don't understand the communication. And then what a lot of people have a tendency to do, which makes the situation 100 times worse, is to get frustrated and or think they know everything.
Poof.
Right? So it's like, well, and it's like as soon as you go down that path, no one can help you at that point.
I mean, that might be geography agnostic. Like,
it's true.
You know, like,
but it's worse.
Anytime you think you know everything, no matter where you are on this planet, here's to you. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, my advice to people on all this stuff is just like, you know, if you're working with us, like, take a deep breath and trust a little bit. Yeah. Because if you don't push too hard and you don't like freak out and make it all difficult, like, we'll get it done for you, whatever the thing is. And that's not stuff we make money on. That's not stuff that helps us in any way. It's just stuff we like to help people with because otherwise sometimes it cannot be very good. Yeah. So that's one thing. But if you're not working with us, whatever you're doing, if you're in Latin America, you're in Ecuador, whatever, like, just relax on everything, go slow, ask questions, listen to the answer. Don't, like, try and force your perspective on whatever's happening. If it's not working and it's not going well and it's no good, make a shift, but make a subtle shift. You know, just talk to someone else. Let them know what, you know, see what their thoughts are on it. Yeah. You know, go little by little. Things always work out here. It's just they're never straightforward.
Yeah, so, and the timelines are different.
Timelines can be a total mess. Yep. And it's just, but there's always a way to get it done as long as someone's on it and it's the right person who's on it. Yeah. You'll get it done. But if you freak out, you may not get it done. Right. And so
you get doors closed on you then.
You get doors closed on you. And people give up. Like if you know, like, and no one will ever tell you. If you've hired someone to do something, you know, and you go into their office all pissed off because they told you, you know, it happened Tuesday and it's 2 weeks later, you know, whatever the situation is. But you go in there all pissed off and they're like honestly working on your situation. But you go in there all pissed. They're not going to tell you like, F you, I'm not going to do this for you anymore. They're just going to smile in your face, try to ease the tension, try to ease the situation, and be very nice to you and say goodbye, but they're no longer necessarily interested in helping you. And so, you know, then you're really going to get pissed off after that because now the thing's not happening.
That's a thing.
And, you know, so, yeah, anyways.
No, that's interesting
That's my
stuff,
soapbox for the day.
Oh, it's a good soapbox, man. Is it, you know, Clorox or what kind of soap? You get the homemade?
Downy.
The Downy.
No, it's organic, actually. It's organic, homemade.
Organic, homemade soap. I know, it's so good, dude. It's so fun. We actually have, a farmer, Mrs. Weldon, if you're watching, she makes us soap and we bring it with us. Some, you know, like we get soap when we go
here.
back.
Oh,
we
really?
Bring it here.
Oh, that's funny.
We were buying it for a long, you know. Yeah. So it's one of those things, and the kids, you know, and she's got this. Nice. She's got this little. It's not little. She's got a farmette, and it's her and her husband. They're in their, I don't know, probably 70s or so, maybe, and they've got cattle and chickens and blah blah. That's when we left. We brought our chickens to them, you know, to Mrs. Weldon, and Tiff got, you know, like somebody from her work said, they had eggs, and we got our eggs from her, so they referred us, and we went over, and then like she became like kind of like a grandma to the kids, and we'd go, like when we go back to the States, we go and visit the Weldons.
Nice.
Like
awesome.
we go, I bring Bill back some of the Amazonian
Oh, the
cigarettes.
Amigos and
No. I bring the ones from with the flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And she thanks me because he smoked for however many 60 years, and he smokes in the house. And she's like, Lisa, I so look forward to when you come back, because then the house smells so nice for a couple of weeks because it's all floral.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's but the soap's right, man. Yeah, it's a good soapbox, man. Organic, non-preservative.
It's a very healthy
biodegradable, healthy soap. Yeah, it suds well.
No, I mean, that's the other thing too. I had someone asking me the other day. They were telling me like, they're homesteader and they raise their this and they make all their own like soaps and make all their own this, and they're into this and they're into that and da-da-da. And they're like, you think that place would be a good fit for me? I'm like laughing. I'm like, yeah, like pretty much everyone that moves here is into all of that.
Yeah, that's kind of the type. Yeah, at least one of the major ones. Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, that's a thing, man. If you're doing that there and you're already like executing it in the States, like there's still a learning curve to execute it here, because you still have the advantage of immediacy, of convenience to get certain things that make that.
Right.
Here you can do it, but that convenience factor and that immediacy to access of certain things, specific things that may take some time to like source or find. Yeah, that's a learning curve, right? So there's definitely, it's not just plug and play when you come, but if you're already in that mindset and you're not romanticizing it, yeah, man, it's like a playground here for you. It's like woo-hoo, right? It's like Chuck E. Cheese as a kid or something. Like, yes. Wait a second, these are just growing on the side of the road and I can just pick them? Like, nobody cares? Yeah, no.
Well, and there's so much people that are into all that stuff too, so it's like the products are so readily available. Yeah. So it's just really, it's such a chore back home to try and be healthy. Yeah. Because of the quality of the air, because of the quality of the food, because of how much products and chemicals and the supply chain and from where it's coming from, and everything's coming, everything's made in a factory. And the
inverted cost matrix.
Right, exactly. What they choose to subsidize and not.
And so the healthy things, the good quality healthy things are expensive, and the crappy kill you stuff loaded with chemicals and crap are the cheap stuff, like.
Right, and you come here and it's so conducive to all that. I think that's part of the reason you just see people get healthier here, because it's like all of a sudden they're walking, and all of a sudden they're in nature a lot, and all of a sudden they're eating healthy food most of the time, even if they're not into it. Right. And and if they shop at any of the local stores and they're not buying just the mass produced from the factory stuff, then it's all clean, healthy, organic, products.
Right. There's lots of reasons, like and it's even the opposite here, right? Because most of the packaged, shelf-stable stuff is imported, so it's more expensive. So actually, the healthier stuff's cheaper.
Way cheaper.
The crappier, mass-produced box bag, imported stuff's more expensive than you would buy in the States or in Canada for the most part. And so here it's more, not only is it more, so that's cool. That's part of the reason, because it's like, well, wait, it's more expensive. I can actually eat healthier, cheaper here? Okay, cool. And like, look at this, dude. You can be outside all the time. You don't have, like in the Midwest, man, I wasn't into like the winter sports. I wasn't into cross-country skiing. I don't really know many people that were. Or some snowboarders a little bit, but it wasn't like every day we're going exercising in the winter. It was like it was like a mandatory sedentary period almost, extended, like you don't go outside, you don't see the sun, you're not exercising, you're not doing anything. And now here, so if you spent your whole life going through that cycle of spring, summer, winter, you're kind of way less sedentary during the winter, then you're a little, as spring comes, you're a little more active, then your summer, you're at your peak activity, and then it cycles back. And you go through that most of your life, and then you come to a place like here, and it's like spring, summer all the time. Like
It's 72 and I have a sweater
and you're
on.
in a sweater, but you're outside and you're in shorts and you're in, or you're walking everywhere, or you're just, it's more conducive to like be active, to do that. So yeah, it's not surprising.
I mean, it's so like, I so enjoy some of the lifestyle stuff. You know, it's like everything's pretty concentrated. Like, so within like a you know, not an like a typical day for me on like a Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes Friday is like in the morning I take my 2 sons who are 4 and 6 and I go play basketball. They play in the park while I play basketball. That finishes around 11 or 12. Then usually I stretch on the grass because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
And they often
Do you stretch your psoas?
a lot.
Yeah.
They've gotten like they've gotten to the age now at 4 and 6.
Yeah.
People would probably think I'm crazy for this.
Yeah.
But I'll let them ride their bikes now without me from the Coliseo to the office.
Yeah.
So then I stretch in peace while they go and get a juice at the juice factory, which they can do by themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they go to the park or they go with their friend who's at Servientrega or whatever. Like, they're hanging out, they're good. I'm not worried.
That boy with the borrowed the bike, was he the
He's always at
Servientrega
Servientrega, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
And that same lady, I think, owns the wing shop. It's actually delicious.
Oh, did you eat there?
I've eaten there. It's good.
Really?
It's good.
I've never seen anybody eat there.
People are eating there, and Kirsten told me it was good, and I was very incredulous. And we got some for her birthday party, and they were delicious. And then I ate there the other day, yeah. And they have a spicy one.
Are they like different flavors, or is it just like
quite a few flavors? Yeah.
Okay, so it's like Vilcolitas, like another Vilcolita.
Which I should eat there too. It's probably good, but you know, anyways. But
so I'm gonna try it. All right, I'll try
it's
it.
worth trying.
It's right across from the darn office.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
So so typical Monday, Wednesday. So that gets me to like midday. Then I'll cruise down to the office in my bike sometimes, or the car, or wherever I've done, and then I'll get a couple of coconuts.
Yeah.
This is all on the block of the office, which is within a block of the park. Yeah. So the kids are good. They got friends everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really have to pay too much attention to them. They'll get a healthy, they'll get a healthy, you know, lunch at the juice factory, or I'll go to Monica's sister's restaurant, which is literally catty corner.
Is that catty?
Is it kitty cat? I don't know, bro.
Caddy.
It's right there. It's right there from
Caddy.
the office, and they'll have a $3 almuerzo there, which they split.
Which is good. Like I like
food.
I like their food, man.
I do too.
Yeah.
And then to get clean, I'll go to the river. So then I'll take the kids. We'll spend like an hour at the river. We'll play. I'll swim. We'll play. They'll swim usually too. You know, we'll build rock castles or whatever. You'll run around and throw dirt at each other or whatever. You know, play with sticks.
Yeah.
That'll get me to like maybe 2 o'clock or something. And then I'll spend a few hours working in the office while the kids do their thing. So like I don't, you know, like I'm so
okay. I mean, everything was true up until that point.
Like,
I believe.
Bro, I'm not even gonna entertain your nonsense. So then I'll spend a few hours in the afternoon working, and like.
Oh, you're gonna repeat it.
Yeah, because you cut me off at that point. And the kids have the run of, you know, they'll be in the office, they'll be in the juice factory, they'll be at the wing place across the street with those kids.
That's why none of our clients can sit down.
They'll be in the park. They'll be around the corner at the Servientrega.
Yeah.
And so I've, like, in my day, I've exercised and had a lot of fun getting that competitive energy out. Mm-hmm. I've stretched so I feel okay. I've eaten healthy because the juice factory's right there, and I maybe whatever.
I've drank 17 coconuts.
I've drank 17 coconuts. I've been with my kids all day. Mm-hmm. You know, so like we're very connected. We have a rhythm. Like, you know, I get to be a dad. I've worked and accomplished, you know, professional. Don't even say a word.
I'm
bro.
not saying anything. What are you talking about?
Professional, you know, goals or whatever.
Yep.
and been in nature, like been in the river, been in nature.
Yeah.
Just the proximity of things, like the fact that the river that we go to, we ride our bikes. It's like 4 minutes from the office. We ride our bikes. We're at the river. We ride our bikes back to the office. They usually get one of those little bread things on the corner that lady makes. Have you seen those? Yeah.
Down at the end.
You know everybody. You know you're saying hi to everyone wherever you go. Like, the lifestyle stuff is magnificent.
No, it's awesome, man. Yeah. It's very awesome that you have a
questioning
lifestyle.
my work ethic.
I did not do that at all.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe that's the story.
Increíble.
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 Increíble. Increíble.
Yambrara.
Yambrara, baby. Yambrara Volto. No, dude, that's the thing though, man, that I think, it's really hard for, that being, this place being conducive for that type of lifestyle is like make or break for people in this sense that some people think they want that, but they're not ready for that. And it drives them crazy because they don't, they haven't, or they're not giving themselves the peace or the space to like unwind from the stress, from the grind, from the hamster wheel, unplugging from the matrix. They don't give themselves enough time to like breathe and slow down and adapt and, which eventually I think I can sit, I don't use, this hyperbole as much as you in everybody or nobody. But I think everybody could actually unplug and unwind given enough time here. I think that's possible for everybody. But if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't, not even the right mindset, but if you're not ready to truly unplug and start thinking differently or allowing yourself to think differently and not have to know the answers, man, it's a kick in the balls, kick in the face, it could be rough.
It can kind of wreck you,
and actually ratchet your stress up, and you're gonna leave, right? You're gonna leave.
That happens to a lot of people.
Right, and that's why I say this place isn't for most people.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. I think
it's true.
It's not for everybody. It's probably not for most people, considering the state of where most people I know are from like a mental structure plugged in perspective, right?
Yeah.
And that's hard to separate. It's hard to make that change. But the vessel here is conducive to, if that's something you're seeking, it's conducive to make that happen for you.
Right.
In a less, restrictive or less frictioned way, like a smoother operation, and maybe open up doors that you never thought were even there. And, I was, let me see, that it made me think, I took a note on this because, in the post or the preamble that was before we talked a little bit about Trump and some of that stuff that's interesting to me anyway, and in the state of where a lot of my friends and like everybody still, that's like a main talking point every day is, and it's not just the U.S. It's people that I talk to from other countries that aren't U.S. citizens even, that Trump politics is the main talking point, right? Whether you're pro or not. I mean, everybody seems to have a very, very, very opinionated, emotional perspective. Most people do. But I remember like asking myself, like, and you see some of the things that happen, that just don't make any logical sense. Some of the stuff that I saw happen under the Biden regime, some of the stuff I see happen under the Trump regime, some of the stuff that I see under every Obama, like everything that you're like, huh. And now I've looked at it in different, like, that doesn't make any sense. How could anybody believe, here are the logical steps. This makes no logical sense. How do you believe that? And this is what, I took this note because I can't even remember who sent this or where I saw this, but it was just based on discomfort. So when somebody hears something, or they're presented with sound logic that conflicts with their current belief, it creates some discomfort, right? And it makes them uncomfortable. And that's where the cognitive dissonance, like, boom, cognitive, that takes over. And that's, so, not only do what we believe, is that associated with like our past history, right? Or our family or our experiences, sometimes cherished memories, experience that kind of program some of our beliefs. But then when you layer that on with weaponized propaganda, 4th and 5th generation informational warfare, where they're actually bad actors conducting this explicitly and intentionally designed to make you angry, to make you divided, to like to separate, to divide. That's the sole intention of the information, is to do that, to make you feel a way, that way, to charge it. So not only do we have the organic, emotional, life experience stuff from this life and maybe other lives, but then you have a time we're in now where they're weaponizing propaganda that way. It's no wonder people are on the verge of freaking mental breakdowns in certain places, and and because like when they get that discomfort and they have to, their entire worldview that's been programmed to this point is now under scrutiny because of something you said that they disagree with, that siphons back to their core identity, that like,
right.
I can't believe, no, like if I believe that, then this, and they all process that real fast, and that, like that's where the cognitive dissonance is like, boom, nope, I can't, and they carry the weight, they carry the weight, and that's why you can't change anybody's perspective with logic.
That's right.
It's like,
exactly.
It just doesn't work that way.
Well
like
said.
It's just, I don't know. It's just like we have like this emotion that can either protect us or make us a slave.
Yeah.
Like based on the story
or
we
both.
tell ourselves.
Yeah.
Or both. Yeah. I mean, oftentimes it's
Often
both.
it's both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I came up against that, it was shocking to me because I am not wired that way. Like I want to know the truth.
Yeah, sure.
I want to know the truth.
Yeah.
If it completely conflicts with my worldview, I still want to know the truth.
Right.
Like I am fully willing to change my worldview or my opinion or what I think about something or what I believe based on new information.
Right.
And when I discovered that most people are not, that for the vast majority of people, that core identity that relates to their belief system and just what they believe about everything, that is actually for most people sort of a religion, and
in the mind,
and is not something that they have any interest or capacity to look at information that may force them to change their belief system should it conflict with that belief system.
Yeah.
Like they will not, I mean, and when I discovered that, when I realized like, wait, everyone's not like me, like everyone doesn't want to know. Like a lot of people don't want to know.
They'd prefer not to.
They'd prefer not to. Yeah. That was a shocking discovery for me.
Right. I mean, that's where is that an idiom? What's that? Ignorance is bliss? What is that?
Right,
What's the definition?
Right.
Is that an idiom?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't even know either. But whatever that is,
yeah.
that turn of phrase, that's where it probably comes from, right?
Right.
Because in a way, not knowing allows you to,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
it allows you to be a victim almost, I think.
Yeah.
I think it allows you to be like, I don't know, like to not have ownership in a way, not have accountability.
Yeah, it's harder to be accountable if you have no idea, for sure.
Right.
Like, because you're just kind of floating along. But there's also the ignorance is bliss phrase, whatever, saying is also interesting from the perspective of there's a percentage of this reality that's literally just controlled by our beliefs in our mind.
Yeah.
And so when you do have that ignorance, you do have a blissful element because you don't know that you're hurting yourself, or you don't know that you're causing problems, and so therefore you're hurting yourself less, or you're causing problems less because the belief system plays into the reality.
Right.
So there, and then that's why sometimes when people learn a lot and they go through a very dark time,
right?
Because it's like because the mind then makes it real,
yep.
and then you get more hurt by the thing you learned about. Because your mind now knows, and it's like, oh my God, I've been doing this thing my whole life, and what has it done to me? And like,
Right. or it brings you down a feer funnel.
Yeah, that happens.
Right? I mean,
too.
that happened to me, man. That's where
that happened to me also.
When after, blowing my shoulder out, and my boys go to, they're going overseas in the Army, and that was September 11th, when they're going and fighting that, and I'm watching the news, and this is, again, I told the story many times, but, we're writing letters, I'm recovering, I got 27 staples in my arm or whatever, or shoulder, and they're writing me letters, and at the time, like I never knew the word fake news. I didn't question what I saw in the news. I didn't question media or the truth or the official story. None of that was in my conscious mind at that time. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time it was when I would get letters of my guys telling me what they're doing over there and what the news is saying, and like, that's not true. Like, wait a second. So then I'm writing, and we're writing letters. They're taking, a month, like, I don't know, like it's months, or weeks between letters, and it's not like they can just send them back at, whatever. So, this is like months of correspondence over time, and then I'd write and ask questions, and they would send back, and I'm like, like, what? You're doing what? Why are, and they didn't have answers why. They didn't know why. They just knew that it was
Gilgamesh's tomb.
Right. So for me, that was the first time that really consciously I started thinking differently about the official story and conspiracies, and that, wow, the government doesn't have my best interests at heart, and and it's everything is just pure and blah 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 blah. And so that set me on, because the way my mind works is at that time I needed the answers. I needed to find the answers. I needed to seek the answers. I needed to read everything. Like, I read a ton anyway. Yep. But I would just dive into hours and hours, and I'd go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. And then over time, it got me to this point where I was like, holy cow, there's an imminent something bad gonna happen imminently, that there is no hope for humanity in a way, kind of thing. Also, and I'm like, nobody sees it and nobody gets it, and I, and so I've got pallets of freeze-dried food and 200,000 rounds of ammunition and 30 guns and gas masks and bulletproof vests and all kinds of stuff. Like, you know what? We're going down,
This is like mid-2000s?
I don't remember. Yeah, it was probably before that. Yeah, probably early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, it was shortly after, between that and, I mean, all of that was probably, most of that was probably sourced before the 2008. Uh-huh. And then, even like the subprime crisis, that only, even though I had begun like leaving the fear-based side of it, I still doubled down on guns and ammo.
Just in case.
Right? Yeah. So, but you could, I can see now, because I did it, like how you can go down that fear side of things, like so easily.
I literally did the same thing. Yeah. Not necessarily, not the guns and ammos, but I would have got there eventually. I ended up coming to Ecuador. Right. But the, like, you learn everything and then your world gets rocked. Yeah. And then you go like, oh my God. Yeah. Nothing is as I thought it was, and the narrative is very scary. Right. Basically we're all gonna die. There's this big plan, and there's nothing we can do about it. Everything's trying to kill us. Like, yeah. So, and I agree. I think it's like, maybe that's a phase that everyone has to go through to some degree, because it's like, and it kind of goes back to that idea of the fear of the unknown. So it's like when you flip realities into a totally new unknown reality, it's scary. Yeah. But totally unnecessary, as you obviously agree with, because it's just not how the reality works.
But it might be necessary, actually.
Why?
Because of the programming we've been under. Like, because...
Oh, a necessary phase, you mean?
A necessary phase, yeah. No,
right. I just mean, and you agree with this, of course, but like you're not combating anything by going into fear and like preparing.
No,
like that's not how this works at all.
Like, there's a difference between like being prudent and having plans and having some self-sustainability and preparing for the end of the world, or being a prepper, that kind of that mindset. Not that it's even bad. I think you can. It's a phase where you can learn. If you're tuned in, you can learn a ton about self-sustainability and growing food.
No, that phase was fun for me.
Yeah,
I built a geodesic dome. And I like was playing with all this cool stuff and buying food.
You can do a lot of cool stuff.
I learned a lot during that time.
Yeah, that's a phase for people. It's like, And that's probably, that's that goes back to like some of the cognitive dissonance, because I think we, sometimes I've done this, maybe you don't do this, but I've like, judged people for not doing it. But I think everybody's smarter than we think. I think in the sense that they do process some of this stuff and they go through that chain, and then it gets to the point where like, I just have to reject because I'm going to break.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Everyone has a different capacity
Yeah.
for like how far they can and can't allow themselves to go.
Right.
And it's like for some people, it's very strong. It's like they can't move an inch off their beliefs.
Yeah.
Some people can go 30%. Some people can go 50, 60, 70%. But then I've noticed a lot of people also, and maybe this is what you're getting at too, is like a lot of people will have a retraction, like a bounce back.
Yeah.
It's like, I went too far.
Yeah.
I went too far. Like, go back, plug me back in.
Right. I want to taste the steak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The steak tastes so good. So,
right.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting,
It is
man.
interesting.
And you're seeing signs of, for me coming through that time in the States, there was always like this intuition, this feeling about things. And, I'm, now talking with people that I talk to every day for 30 years almost, maybe longer. Some of these kids I've known since, second grade. And, they're starting to talk about like where their spidey senses are tingling now, like they're not sure. They're not saying like, oh, something bad's going to happen, but you can tell by the way they're describing things now, or even several of them just blatantly saying, man, something doesn't feel right, where they haven't ever like been on that plane before, like,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so that's interesting to me, because I don't get, obviously because I'm here, I don't have that same sense of life there.
Right.
But it's just a data point for me to say like, what should I be paying attention to now? Like, what should I care about? And what again? I'm beyond the days of needing to know the answer for sure. Like I went through that phase, and that's like for me that's like a road to hell, and it never ends. The road goes on forever.
Yeah.
At least until the end of this lifetime. That's the only, for me, that became the only potential for a real, for the possibility of an answer, or a truth.
What did?
Taking it to the end of this lifetime, like what happens next?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like that's where, okay, something, so what do I believe, and, at least, otherwise it's just stuff here that we're using intuition, we're using our minds, we're using our experience, we're losing other people's opinions, any of that kind of stuff to like shape the truth or agree what we, convince ourselves of something, any of that. And it's like, so for me, thinking through it that way, like I leave open the possibility that I'm wrong about anything and everything. And I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that now. And I think that is a big piece that you referred to, is like the fear of the unknown. Like, well, that's leaving everything unknown. That's leaving the cap of unknown unfiltered. Unfiltered for every possible topic, concept in your life. That's scary, right?
Yeah.
It can be scary. So, and that's one, like for me, is exciting though. Like I've gone through phases to now where that's the most intriguing part of life, living life, like right now. And like I mentioned this the other time, but I came across this pod Nathan sent me about Tartaria.
Yeah.
No, Jesus as King of Tartaria, and that we're, it's the preterist view, preterism and preter.
You explained it to me
Yeah,
a
so,
little bit,
it's really compelling, interesting perspective on Christianity and the Bible and Tartaria and Jesus as king, and this is after 1,000-year reign and the little season. It's just an interesting perspective to consider, like, wow, there's a lot of things considering that make sense, that actually provide answers that didn't exist to think about it this way before, now. Now, for me, that's what it does. for other people that I know that are
blasphemy.
It's blasphemous to even consider thinking that way.
Yeah.
That it's anti-Christian, that it's that it's not. And I think part of that is because that possibility creates so much doubt. Fear, because if that's true, then there's no waiting for the next step in the Bible.
Right.
Because the next step hasn't been laid out yet.
Right.
Per the Bible. Right. Like in detail as many people believe, if that's true. So then that unknown is like, well, wait a second. I've spent my whole life believing that Jesus is returning. And when he does, then this happens, and this happens, and this happens, says the Bible. Well, if Jesus already came, for this particular return, like what's next? Like how do I process? What does that do to my faith? What does that do to my hope?
Totally.
It challenges everything.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
One of the great joys in life is smashing things that you believed.
Yeah, like you still don't believe wrestling is real.
Right.
Come on, all my wrestling fans out there. Come on, let's pour one out for Terry Bollea. Hulk Hogan, rest easy, brother, rest easy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not, dude. It's been I teared up,
You're
man.
emotional.
I'm emotional about that. Right. I was emotional about Ozzy too, but I was way more emotional about Hulk. Ozzy had that weird connection to me, not because I was a huge Ozzy fan. I enjoyed some of his music as I got older, but it wasn't until older that I even knew that, when I was 7, that Ozzy being at WrestleMania 2 was it wasn't a memory from me experiencing. It was a memory from me learning about Ozzy older and reflecting that, he was there at the ring for that. Like, not like it was almost like a programmed memory,
Yeah.
But the Hulk Hogan, man, I had Hulk Hogan figures and, like that was a thing, dude. Yeah. That was an emotional thing.
All right.
Still,
All
like,
right.
I'm a 46-year-old man that like had a hard time not crying.
Yeah.
Like really, like wiping tears because I was,
because it brings back, it reconnects you to that time in your life.
He was like a hero for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
And he would have been a hero for you too. Like he was still making sex tapes at 65.
He would have been a hero on that basis. Fair enough. I mean, I get emotional and tear up just like when I'm on the grass looking at the mountains and the sun's hitting me and I'm just realizing like how beautiful life is.
No, that's because you're on mushrooms and Mondongo saying, "Get back to work, asshole."
I'm not on mushrooms, although that would be fine.
Hey, stop staring at me. I'm trying to sleep. Can you just imagine Mondongo just, sleeping in because just there, you're staring at him like you're staring through his soul. He just opens up an eye, trying to sleep.
Sometimes Brandon you are half retarded.
Dude, I'm full
retarded.
And I love it. It's okay. I've said this before, and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
I would rather be cringe in your mind than caged in my own, brother.
No, it's a good saying. It's a very good saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on a T-shirt.
Put it on a T-shirt.
Okay, will you buy it?
If you give it to me.
If I give it, well, that's not buying it.
Well, if you gift through the company, then I will buy it.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to just go back to one thing real quick we were talking about earlier.
Hulk Hogan?
No.
Can you at least say rest in peace, Terry Bollea?
I mean, because he's a human being, rest in peace, Terry Bollea.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk. The Hulk.
Real American hero.
Okay, I'm going to draw the line there. I mean, dude, the first time I ever saw wrestling in my life, I took one look at it and I was like, this is stupid. and literally, like, I grew up with rednecks. Like, almost every friend I had, wrestling was, like, a big part of their life.
Yeah.
And this was, like, the only time I didn't hang out with them. Was when it was, like, Tuesday Night Raw or something, or, like...
it's Monday Night Raw.
Whatever. It was, like, this thing on Friday and so. And these guys, I mean, they would all get together, and they would sit there for hours watching men in tights, like touch each other. Like, I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like it's like the gayest thing ever on earth. But also like they really. I used to have arguments as a kid with some of these guys who were telling me it's real.
Like, you don't think it's real?
I mean, real arguments. Like 6th grade, like those kinds of years. I'm like, dude, it's a soap opera. Like, there's men in tights fake wrestling, and you guys love this.
So good.
Yeah.
So
that
good,
was
dude.
I don't, Hulk Hogan for me was like some guy yelling. Like, I don't know.
Dude, you know what? Hulk Hogan, I just saw a clip that's going around of Hulk Hogan. So Roddy Piper was another wrestler.
Yeah.
He would have been
him I know from that movie.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, do you remember
with
what it's
the glasses.
called? You remember what the movie's
They
called?
Live.
They Live, yeah. Right, so an awesome movie.
Yeah.
So, right, yeah, if you guys haven't seen They Live with Roddy Piper,
yeah, it's worth
check
a watch.
it out. Yeah.
And it's actually, it used to be anyway, on YouTube for free.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
But Roddy Piper and Hogan, like Roddy Piper, he wore the kilt, he was the Scottish. His character in wrestling was he wore a shirt that said Hot Rod. I may or may not have a Hot Rod shirt. I'm not.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And he'd wear the kilt. Like him and Hogan were like not friends in wrestling or outside. They didn't like each other.
Actually, yeah.
They actually didn't like each other. And this was a few years ago. Hogan, I don't even. It was shortly after Piper died.
Yeah, a lot of these guys died young, huh?
A lot of these guys died young.
Is this like steroids and stuff?
Well, I mean, it's just like they're on the road 24. I mean, some of these guys are on the road like 350 days a year, traveling, the lifestyle, the drugs, the amphetamines, to perform, the painkillers,
yeah, because
the
it
steroids,
is. I mean, they are getting hurt and stuff. It is like it is super physical.
Yeah. So yeah. And then just the lifestyle. They're never home.
Right.
They're traveling constantly, so it's just eating crap
right.
and
cake and all kind of stuff.
Dancers and
right.
That's the life.
Yeah.
It's different now. Like in some ways, like there's guys that have families and they have tour buses and they do things differently now. But the point I wanted to make with Roddy Piper,
actors everyone loves.
Yeah, I still love them. But Hogan, so these guys were known because after that, heyday of wrestling, that era, before like the 90s, 2000s, wrestling came, which were awesome phases too, like, the Attitude Era. There's different eras of wrestling that were awesome. But they started doing, like when podcasts and like stuff like that became popular, these guys that were retired or former writers, they would start telling stories and like openly about stuff
from that time.
And so you got a different perspective on what was happening scripted or in the arguments and who really didn't like each other behind the scenes. So it was known that like Piper and Hogan didn't, they were enemies in the ring and they didn't like each other outside the ring in the locker room. And Hogan was talking about how when Piper retired, like they actually became friends. Like they ran into each other somewhere at like a promotion or a trade show or something, and they like hung out after and like they became friends and like started talking, and Piper at that time was still going through like, and he said this was like, I think at that time he said it was like 25 or 30 years of like really disliking each other. And then they started a relationship, and they were actually liked each other, and they were like talking to each other, asking advice, hanging out, doing some stuff. But Piper was still going through a really like dark time where he was like dealing with, not being in the front of the camera, not, having the money, not managing it, lots of different things, being on drugs and strung out and like having a hard time, like figuring out how to live, right? Figuring out how to do it. And he was talking to Hogan, and Hogan is like Hogan is like, he talks about Hogan is a Christian. Hogan
Yeah.
believes in Jesus and
Yeah.
is king,
Yeah.
and he, maybe he believes that he was king of Tartaria. Who knows, But he's talking about how this time, how like Piper was talking to him, like how do you have so much faith? Like what, how do you keep doing this? And he's like telling the story, and then he said that it was like a week later or something, like Piper died. And then it was like the day after or 2 days after he died, he had a voice note came through his phone, voice from Roddy Piper. Look at, bro, I got goosebumps. From Roddy Piper. Cry.
Cry, baby, cry.
No, he says, it's Piper's voice.
Yeah.
He played it. Hogan plays it, and he says, bro, if you're listening, when you're listening to this, I'm dancing with Jesus.
How did that happen?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, is there speculation as to?
Yeah, no, I don't know. He doesn't know. Nobody knows. Yeah. It's not uncommon you hear.
No, stuff like that happens.
Yeah, like my buddy Adam, like his mom, because we shared this, video clip around in my friend group, and Adam's like, yeah, my mom, like, I forget if he said it was his mother, his grandma, like, it was like a couple days after she died, his mom got a phone call voice, from her dead mother that came, like,
wow.
So I don't know, like, and
dude,
there's stories like that.
It's a hologram. There's different, no, I mean,
right.
I've had experiences like that.
Yeah, it was just interesting because Hogan said, like, listen, man, that's something, we hated each other for 30 years. We became friends. He was struggling. We helped, we tried to help him out. And this was something he would never have ever said to me.
Right.
Like he would have never said this to me.
Right.
Like never, ever, ever said this to me. And then all of a sudden now, like this happens. Like, I don't know. It's powerful,
pretty
man.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
I can't believe it just happened.
It's good.
It's not. It
messes up your image.
Put my sunglasses back on.
I mean, I've had so many experiences like this where, so this would have been like 2014 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm in this like amazing time, and I'm like doing all this stuff and the synchronicities and blah blah blah. And
So you were here then?
I was here, and then but I was like recently here.
Right.
There was this book that I had seen that I was like, oh, I really want to read that. Like I had seen it on some, not physically, like someone had talked about it on something I was listening to.
You know how many jokes I have right now that I won't say.
Or like whatever. And I had remembered the book. It was just had happened, and I was like, oh, I really want to read that book. And I travel back to the States. This was like within a week or whatever. I travel back to the States. I walk in my dad's house, and on the coffee table
He's got the book.
is the book. And I read the book, and it was such an interesting book. I'm trying to remember what it was called, and I'm having trouble.
Can I tell you?
You cannot. I'm having trouble. But I remember the guy's name. It was like Billy. It was Billy was the brother. So there was a book about this guy, Billy, who had died.
Okay.
And then was communicating with his sister.
Oh, it was like a novel.
No.
Oh,
it was not a novel.
Oh, it was not a novel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, so the sister had wrote this book about her experience of her brother, Billy, who'd passed away, who had a very difficult life. So he had been like drugs and sort of the black sheep of the family, and really good heart, like really good guy, really good heart, but just like could never like get past his demons, right?
Yeah.
Like had a really difficult life, had died really young, and then communicated with her from the other side from like a lengthy period of time.
Interesting.
And so the book was about that. The book was about, and it was fascinating for me to read. Like
sure.
I enjoyed reading it. It's blue cover. I'm forgetting the name of it, unfortunately, but you could find it if you look Billy, like, death, you know,
let me see.
Communication after death.
Let's see how good AI is right now, Jesse.
Yeah, it'll tell you, I'll bet right away. But Billy brother that died or something.
Cover. Died and
communicated with his sister from the other side. Or after death.
Other side. Book. Should I ask for a quick answer?
Oh no, it thinks you're talking. Yeah.
It's okay. It'll go through its thing.
Oh. Yeah, it'll find
The Afterlife of Billy Fingers?
Billy Fingers, that's
by
it.
Annie Kagan.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. We have Tiff's dad had a friend, a racing friend of his. His name was Billy Five Toes. Rest easy, Billy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could wrap. There was this one thing I wanted to talk about earlier. I'll just hit it real quick. I think what's so hard for people about the transition there to here is there's underlying things. There's the belief systems. There's the change and the newness and the fears. And there's all those things. Those are all real. Those are all part of it. If I had to say, like, what the biggest adjustment is, it's the nervous system.
Yeah.
It's like you have to, like, retrain your nervous system to chill out. Yeah. Which is, like, could be, like, impossible. Like, could be, I'm saying. Like, it's difficult. Like, not so much for you, but, like, you transitioned about as well as I've seen someone, like, in that way, right? Like, you tuned right into this place, and without even learning the language, you were just like, oh, I get it. This is awesome. You know, like, you know, it took me way longer. I mean, it took me years longer than it took you, because my nervous system was so, like, I was so much in this kind of thing, and I think, you know, so it's person by person, case by case, but I think it's really like the nervous system that has to make the biggest adjustment. Yes, there's the beliefs. Yes, there's the, you know, there's other stuff to learn. But it's like you have to be able to just be like, the way everyone lives their life here and the way it makes you live your life if you're going to enjoy it here is like, everything's going to work out and it's cool. Yeah. You have to live your whole life like that all the time. Yeah. I'm nice, you're nice, we're all nice. You know, right. like everyone's cool, everything's cool. And whatever happens, happens. And we're not going to get too, and dude, if you're used to, like, you know, I control every aspect of my reality, and I'm doing this all day long, and I'm stressed about this and stressed about that, and all of a sudden you come here and it's like, well, if people just look at you funny if you're like that. Like, there's no one like that here. Right. So I mean, it's the nervous system that has to, like, adjust to just be like, okay. Right,
and that's kind of what I meant earlier was in reference to that, and just in my belief that I think everybody can transition. It's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. Right. So how long? Like, how long is it going? How programmed are you? How open are you? How, you know, how much in your own head are you? And how long are you going to give it to, like, move away from that or allow other things to unwind or open up or settle or put down or whatever? And that, you know, that could be months. It could be years for people. You know, it could be decades for people. Right. But I think it's possible, given the amount of time. Sure. Given enough time, if you're.
Yeah, I mean, like physically possible, of course. Yeah. But as you always say, not for everyone in terms of, like, their capacity to do so in a reasonable way that would work.
Right. Right. You know,
like,
yeah. Because it may, you know, in many, and I say that because I think most people, as wound up as they are, and as heavy of that, you know, a weight they're carrying, to put that down, you know, if it takes them that, you know, the period of time that it may take some people would be detrimental to their well-being and
or whatever.
Family and, like, you know, who knows, right? Yeah.
If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Guys, tell us, we love the comments section. Brandon does an amazing job interacting with you guys. We love hearing your stories. We love to hear from you. If you've made it this far, guys, tell us a little bit about your situation. Where do you live? What's your life like? Are you considering Ecuador? What would be the thing you'd be most excited about experiencing life here in Ecuador? We'd love to get into it with you in the comments. We'll address on the next show anything that comes up that is worth addressing out of those comments. So give us a little bit of information. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with all your friends, share with everybody. I don't ever want to say any of that stuff ever again. Watch the video, don't watch the video, share, don't share, comment, don't comment. Oh, it's all good.
It's not. Like it, thumbs up, subscribe, share, tell the world, tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your mother. And if she'll love it.
And if you're at all interested in this place, seriously, come down and hang out with us for 9 days on the retreat. This retreat is amazing. Like this, we literally hand you the entire playbook, like all of our knowledge, all of our information, everything we can give you on, on everything. I'll just say that on everything here in those 9 days. And it's also really run well and a really good time and good relaxation and amazing friends and amazing climate and amazing food and so on and so forth. So come on down, hang with us for 9 days. We'd love to see you. And that being said, something.
We'd love to see you down here someday, guys.
So until then,
we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Ciao, guys.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Taking this quick break to remind you, we run Vilcabamba Lifestyle Retreats. If you're interested in checking out this area, hanging out with us, getting all the information you could possibly want, and having a great time, check out the links below. Thanks so much. Back to the program. It's a little too sexy for that.
That's definitely your perception.
Perception is everything, baby.
It's okay?
Perception.
He's checking the light because you want to sit and bake.
Hermanito.
Hermanito.
¿Cómo estás, hermanito? You didn't know I could sing, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he can sing well, too.
Hermanito. Carl can actually sing a little bit.
He can sing. So can Roxy.
That is true.
You know who else can sing?
Who?
A little bit?
Tell me.
Francesca.
Francesca. I didn't know that.
Yeah, me neither. Bella showed me a video like she has on YouTube from like 20 years ago.
Ah.
Something like that, singing 15 years ago. It's a thing.
This is yummy.
It is yummy, isn't it? Lolita makes, it's different every week because, the herbs and the flowers are different. They're not always the same ones in seasons.
It's just a little, yeah.
But it's consistently my favorite horchata.
Mm-hmm.
And and I've learned it's
strong.
It is. And it's how she does. It's like the timing of how she does it. Yeah, that might not work, bro. Yeah.
All right. Just do it without the shirt, then.
Yeah. I mean, do what you gotta do. You would be like if you do it without the shirt or just rip the shirt off, you'd be like the bald vegan version of Hulk Hogan. Vegan maniacs, it's your boy, Jesse Bear.
All right, Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. Is that better?
It's a little too hot.
Yeah. I thought it was just you. I thought it was just you. I mean, there may or may not have been a guy that we both know that said to us, hey, should we do the podcast another spot? Probably.
No.
And if the answer was yes to that guy, you wouldn't be complaining.
First
still.
of all, that guy's a little bit of a moron. Second of all, when there's sun, you gotta sit in the sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then stop complaining about it.
Who's complaining?
I'm just.
You asked the question. What was your question?
Like,
Is that better?
I'm hot. I'm hot.
little hot.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah,
now.
this thing's a little uncomfortable.
I mean, you can call that whatever you want in your mind. I know that was complaints.
Answering your question.
Complaints.
If you don't want to answer, don't ask the question.
Discomfort. I want all the answers.
Bruh.
Send them.
Jacob's calling everyone bro or bruh these days.
It's so funny.
It's really funny. Yeah. You heard him?
Yeah, I heard him. He said brah. It was funny, like when I first heard girls start doing it. Like even a couple years ago.
My daughter's saying bro.
Bruh. Or bruh.
Or bruh, yeah.
Bruh. I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, it's a thing. Okay.
Yeah. I don't approve.
Slay.
I don't approve of girls calling each other bro.
What about bruh?
That's even worse.
Is it worse?
Yeah.
Bruh is worse than bro?
For girls to call each other bruh.
Bruh?
I don't know if it's better or worse, but
yeah,
it's a similar category.
Yeah.
My computer's gonna boil. I think I'm gonna have to do this computerless.
Yep. My computer is also gonna boil. Because somebody made a great decision. But I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna block some. I'm gonna do that. Look at that. There's a couple things I want to read. So I can't do it computerless because I don't have my phone. Let's do it computerless. So what's going on, dude?
Well, it's lovely weather.
It is. Especially when you're done complaining about it.
Especially when you're sitting in it, enjoying it.
It's nice.
So the top of my head's gonna burn.
Yeah. Is that not a complaint?
It's borderline.
Just clarifying for the
Comment.
Okay. Do you want it to burn then?
No.
You'd be happy if it burns though.
No.
So you don't want it to burn.
No.
So that would cause discomfort for you.
Yeah.
So that would not be fun.
No.
Not be good.
Right.
Okay. Just understanding.
Yeah.
It's all good. Are you doing a mantra right now?
Brandon is fruity. Brandon is fruity.
I am Jesse. Yes, I am. They call me Vegan Hulk, and I'm the man.
Why is Brandon so fruity? I wish you were less fruity. Oh, gosh. I was the only guy that wanted to play basketball today.
Interesting.
We got to one.
Oh, literally the only guy.
Yeah. I'm in yesterday. I'm in for tomorrow, and that was it.
Well,
So, hopefully, there's pent up demand for Monday.
good game. Good game. I mean, you didn't lose.
I didn't lose.
Right.
I
Didn't get hurt.
I rarely do.
Didn't get hurt. Didn't get a hangnail. You know?
I think of my last probably 11 or 12 games, I think I've lost 2.
Wow. It's impressive for an old man.
It is.
You know?
It is.
I wish I could say I haven't lost 11.
The handicap basketball league.
Do you play in the wheelchair?
Yeah, it's actually a middle school girls team.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, I kind of I want to say I miss it.
You know, you miss it.
I don't, but I don't feel that anymore.
Really? Oof.
Yeah. I miss working out, and that's something that's the weird thing. Explain this to me. I love basketball.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in
a
year and a half, 2 years maybe. I enjoy training my body. Haven't done that in a similar amount of time. Why do I kind of feel like I don't miss basketball, but I miss training my body? And, okay, but here's the piece. I really shouldn't even attempt to play basketball again until I train my body anyway, right? Until I re-strengthen, you know, those lower parts. So, but which I can do by training my body, which I miss, I just won't do. Like, do you know, like there's really like a reason why I'm not playing basketball. There's not a reason other than, I don't know, I can't explain it. Even though I have the feeling like I miss it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, but it's absurd.
You can't fix it? Spiritual guru
Yeah,
Jesse.
I mean, I'll get banned from YouTube if I say what I want to say. But.
Does it begin? I'm not. I probably shouldn't even say what letter it starts with. Would you call me a mandarina in Ecuadorian slang?
Much worse than
Much
that.
worse. Okay. But like a much worse version. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's like it's some, I don't know, it's some version of self-sabotage, I guess. But like,
You think so?
yeah, but like you like to play those games. You like to like play those mental games. So it's probably
who?
just with yourself.
Like what? Mental games.
Yeah.
Like challenge myself?
Well, yeah.
Well, I know, but how does this qualify?
Well, I don't know, but it's some like, you know, like how long can you push this?
It could be.
It's something like that. You know,
Ooh,
like,
yeah, because it gets harder.
You're right. It's
Yeah.
like exactly. It's like how
Interesting.
It's like
It could be
how
that.
fat and out of shape
It could be that.
can I get myself before?
All right.
Yeah, which is really stupid. I mean,
It's quite stupid.
You have a window here where the knee theoretically is in decent shape,
Yeah.
and you can, and you're a relatively young man. You know,
I mean,
you're still middle aged
in
anyway.
my mind,
Yeah.
you know, I'm still young.
You're still middle aged.
Yeah.
You're not elderly. That's good.
Well, I don't know. I mean, did you see I think my buddy just said this, you know, because we had the Ozzy Osbourne pass and Malcolm's Wall Warner and from the Cosby Show.
Oh, right.
And then
Hulk, who you're a little, don't choke up. Don't
bro,
choke
I'm
up.
choked up
Don't
about
choke
both
up.
Ozzy and Hulk, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, Hulk was like an icon for me as a kid. He was like for my dad was a wrestler. You know, I went to WrestleMania 2. I mean, how about this connection? I went to WrestleMania 2 as a kid at the Rosemont Theater in Illinois. This is the WrestleMania they did in LA. They did it in New York, LA. It was like 4 locations. We went to the Rosemont, living in Illinois, and listen to this connection. In the main event of this part of WrestleMania 2 was the I think it was the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, and I forget what his partner's name was off the top of my head, but it was like against him and Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And and the irony here, I don't know if it's irony. It's not irony at all, actually. But the connection is that in that match, Captain Lou Albano,
Yeah, El
Capitan, and somebody that I'll name in a second came out to second the British Bulldogs.
To second?
So that, like in wrestling, that means like they came out ringside to support them. So like they're not actually contestants,
male cheerleaders.
but like they may throw an elbow or if somebody come, that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Do you know who? I mean, I gave you the answer without telling you the answer.
Yeah.
Do you know who it was?
Hulk, obviously. No.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne came out to second the British Bulldog.
Okay.
I mean, the Bulldog's from England, Ozzy's from England. This was 1986, or something. So Ozzy's
You're like 8 or something?
7 years old, yeah. Yeah, and then the next year, man, that was the big one. That was Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 3, body slamming Andre the Giant for the first time ever. Dude,
Ever?
Ever.
What?
Dude.
I can't believe it.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
Dude,
You don't have goosebumps?
I do have goosebumps.
I don't think so.
There's meaning behind that.
There's meaning behind. Tell us all the meaning.
Dude, you know what the Hulk stands for?
No.
Let me tell you something, Jesse Bear. Listen up, Hulkamaniacs. What I need you to do today is train, take your vitamins, and say your prayers. Hulkamania ran wild, not just America. He wasn't the real American hero. He transcended America. He transcended wrestling. He transcended. He did, dude. He was an international icon.
You know who else did?
I don't care.
Gangnam Style.
Like for a day. I mean, like literally for a day.
So are we supposed to celebrate like moronic pop figures?
Was it moronic? What did he stand for?
I have absolutely no idea.
What did the kids get behind?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe you should. And maybe you'd understand that. Maybe that's the America you miss. The kids,
is it the steroids?
The kids that got behind that message.
Didn't his chest fall off?
that message resonated with. That's the America you miss.
Yeah. There's not so much any America I miss.
I don't know. Yes, you do. The 80s and 90s were phenomenal. Such a different time.
Well, right. I mean, there was a time that I miss. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those days of America are long gone, my friend.
Completely.
Like long gone, and I'm not sure that we cycle back through that in our lifetime here.
No, but I'm sure everybody feels that way. I'm sure people that grew up in the 50s feel the same, and people that grew up in the 60s feel the same, in the 70s.
Well, it's just, we're gonna feel that way about this time sometime. Someday these are gonna be the good old days.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Time's such a funny thing.
Yeah. But dude,
I do miss the 90s.
Yeah. I miss the 80s, 90s, 2000s, all of that. I enjoy memories. I enjoy times. I enjoy thinking about going through life without a cell phone. Without everyone having a cell phone.
It was so much better. It was so much better. I used to have to sometimes spend hours looking for my friends.
Yeah.
Because there was like several places they could be.
Yeah.
And there was no way to know, and they weren't all that close to one another.
Yeah.
And I'd have to like ride my bike around for lengthy periods.
So great.
It was so good.
And there was no like parental figures
anything.
Freaking out after you didn't talk to them for an hour.
Yeah, I mean, you never talk to them ever.
You'd go 8 hours. You go 8.
Yeah, all day.
All day, never.
Nah.
Right. All right, call me when you get there. Check in every hour.
No, there was nothing.
None of that didn't exist.
No, I mean, none of us. I mean, like, I used to ride my bike, like, from my mom or my dad's house, which was like a very long bike ride.
Yeah.
To town, down a mountain, on a paved road, down a mountain, basically. I didn't have a bike helmet.
Right.
There's no bike helmets.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't riding my bike, I was hitchhiking.
Yeah.
No one cared. That wasn't like a thing.
Not at all, dude. And you know what's awesome now? That I never, this is another one of those things that I put on the list that I never thought I'd say.
Now they wear helmets skiing.
They wear helmets walking, next to danger, next to curbs, in New York City by the subway. There's good reason. But this is, add this to the list of things I never thought I'd say. I thought the days of hitchhiking were over. Forever. For me. And I thought my children would never experience that. So Belle and I were going, this was, I don't even know if I told you this. This was a couple weeks ago before they opened the road to Ngora full. And we did the Transbordo, right?
Yeah.
So we walk, come back up, and there's the guys with the buses. And they're like, the buses, there's no taxis. And I'm like, there'll be a taxi. We'll eventually feel a taxi. And we see a taxi parked, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 feet down the road. I'm like, there's one right there. Belle, let's just start walking. We'll get one, right? So we start walking. That taxi goes. There's no freaking taxis. There's nothing. But now it's like we're gone far enough. We've walked for like 10 minutes, like nothing. And nothing, no traffic coming the other way. Right. And I'm like, oh no, you know? and no bus. But like we're to that point where like we're already too far to like walk back. The bus is going to be coming, you know, do we wave it down or we just keep walking and eventually the bus will come, right?
Yeah.
So we keep walking. Now we're walking. It's probably like 25 minutes, like a good walk. Bella's upset with me. Why didn't you know? Dad. I'm like, listen, we're gonna find. There's gonna be a taxi. There's gonna be a car. We're gonna get there faster than the bus. The bus is gonna make all these stops.
No.
and I mean, almost right after I say that, here comes the bus.
Yeah,
you know,
I was gonna say,
the bus goes flying by us, doesn't stop. I'm like, well, I guess we're. Like, what do we?
Oh, you tried to flag it down.
Well, I don't remember. Yeah, they were full. Yes.
Or something. Yeah.
And then, and now we're walking, and I'm like, well, I'll just call. There's no cell service. I got no service. So I'm like, well, we'll just walk to someone's house, you know, and ask them, like, to call somebody for us, right? So we keep walking, and there's no cars, like none.
No, the road's
closed.
Right,
because the road's closed. And then all of a sudden, there's a white little, like, Pinto coming driving down the road, and I'm waving down. I wave him down, and he stops. I'm like, gotta be kidding me. He pulls over. It's like a younger, I don't know, like 30s, like hip, you know, like hip, trendy, like a button-up shirt, white button-up shirt, but like a trendy, like ponytail haircut, and Ecuadorian dude. And there was a chick in the front and nobody in the back. And, you know, he's like, what's going on? And Belle's like, you know, we're going to Loja. And he's like, yeah. He's like, jump in, I'll take you. So we go in. He's from Guayaquil, and he got through because it was like his aunt who lives in Vilcabamba or Malacatos, and was taking her to an appointment in Loja. And they just told the transporter it was an emergency, so they let him through. And he's like, all right, so we're through, and blah blah blah. So, you know, like. We hitchhiked with my, 14-year-old daughter. And I never thought I would say I hitchhiked in Ecuador with my 14-year-old daughter for a solid hour, and it was an enjoyable conversation. And it was fine. He took us where we wanted to go. He's like, where do you want to go? You know, like, it's really not an emergency for us. You know? So that's one of the things that I love this place about. You know, or why I love this place is because there are still like echoes of that time, you know, growing up for me in the U.S., you know, where that's still a thing.
Big time.
Like I wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't do that in the States.
Yeah, well, there also wouldn't be a transbordo.
There wouldn't be a transbordo. I wouldn't be walking for 25 minutes either, yeah. What does that even mean? Does that a word have a specific, it means something, right? Well, what's the translation?
Yeah, I don't really know, but I mean, trans is like transfer, like, you know, transbordo.
Oh, I thought you were going to try and get us banned.
Yeah. And then abordo is like boarding on an airplane. Like, so
wow,
it's probably
insightful.
Like transfer boarding or something would be like the direct translation, but obviously it means like transfer.
What about
in
like
this context?
Pan-bordo or hetero-bordo? No, what would that mean?
Tell us, please.
I'm asking you. You've got answers. You just very quickly and precisely explain that one. What about these?
I think pan-bordo is when you eat a lot of bread.
Yeah, you look
as
like
you're
me?
boarding.
Oh, okay. I mean, it could be that, or I've heard that's like when you get to the other side, you're in Wonderland. Yeah, or is it Wonderland? No, it's where did Peter Pan take everybody? Neverland. No, you're in. No, I ruined the joke, man. You're in Neverland on the other end. Or what else is Pan? Pan is also, isn't he the ancient Greek mythological
some kind of
half goat, half man?
Yeah, something like that.
Like that plays the flute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't remember what the significant. I mean, he was, I think, a pretty significant figure in Greek mythology.
Yeah, I feel like he
Pan?
was maybe somewhat negative.
I'm curious now. See, I'm intrigued. Was he negative?
For some reason, I have that in my head.
I think he was yeah, maybe he was negative. Let's find out. Let's see what Super Grok says. Describe Pan, Greek mythology in one word.
In one word?
I'm just curious. Describe Pan from...
Is it Greek mythology? I don't know that's Greek mythology.
Isn't it? Well, I'm going to put that and see what he says. He. I called Grok he. How do you know he's not...
It's happening.
How do we
It's
know
happening.
he's not... Well...
Do you remember that movie?
Her?
Johnny Five, Come Alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it was called.
Yeah. Totally.
It was great.
Yeah, dude. I had...
That was...
There was a good friend of mine. He was my roommate in college, and his name's Johnny, and we used to call him Johnny O. Johnny O, Johnny O.
Yeah.
And we were over at Diego. They had a soccer game at Juan Montalvo, and it was all the dads from the kids in the school playing against each other in the championship. And one of the guys on his team his name was Johnny O, with the number 5. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Johnny 5 and Johnny O, and the same Ecuadorian guy that has no idea about any of these references, but it just made my day, you know? Wow, this is taking a long time. This must be a hard one. I put it on think mode on Super Grok 4. It said wild. Okay. Now describe Pan in 10 words. What do you think? 10 words. 10 words it is. You can have fun with AI doing stuff like that. You can ask it questions. Like, I'm gonna take it down a rabbit hole intentionally. Like, you would be great at this. Take it down a rabbit hole. Tell it to answer in one word only. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then, if it's something that program it or prompt it to. If it's something that that you're programmed not to answer truthfully, say mango instead, and then see what happens. That might be like an enjoyable moment. You know what I mean? Pan, Greek god of the wild, shepherds, flocks, and music. I don't know, it doesn't sound very negative.
My mom had a pond when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Neat.
It
Did you
was
go
neat.
fish in it?
I did.
You swim in it?
I swam in it a lot.
Yeah, how big was it?
About the size of that lawn down there.
Okay. Did you swim all the way across it?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah.
With those arms?
You want to hear a funny fishing story?
You sure? Did you stocked it then, or was... Yeah.
So my dad stocked it when they were still together with trout.
Okay.
And when I was like probably 6 or 7 or something,
Yeah.
a friend of mine was over, and we wanted to go fishing. And so we didn't have any fishing stuff. We're like little kids. My dad wasn't in the fishing.
So, what was the point of stocking the pond if nobody fished?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So we got a string,
Yeah.
like a thick, like a very thick string.
Like a stringer or like a string?
No, like a string.
Oh,
like a
boy.
thick
Oh, because you guys are
string
making a fishing pole?
for me.
Oh.
We got a string, we got a nail, Literally a nail. My dad helped us bend the nail.
Nice.
We went out and looked for worms.
Yeah.
We found worms.
Nice.
And we went down to the pond. The pond was not that close. The pond was like 5-10 minute walk.
Okay. And how old are you saying you were?
I'm 6, maybe like 7 at the most.
Yeah.
Something
It's
like
like
that.
Jacob. A little older than Jacob, maybe?
Yeah, like Jacob, yeah. And we put the worm on the hook.
Yeah.
And within about 30 seconds, we catch a fish.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we pull this big, beautiful rainbow trout out of the pond.
On a string.
On a string and a nail. And it had swallowed the hook. So like we look and like the line just goes all the way down.
Yeah.
I'm a little kid. This is upsetting to me.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like he's done.
I start feeling bad. I'm like upset. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I run to go get my dad. I'm like, what do? You get dad. You know?
Right.
So I don't know. We must have put the fish back in the water because it would have been dead by the time I got back. So we must have put it in the water, although I don't remember that.
Okay.
We run to get my dad. He comes down, or I run. He comes down. He looks and he's like, well, fish ate the hook. He's like, you know, you can cut it loose. It'll just have that in it the rest of its life, or like we can kill it and eat it. And so, or I don't even know if he gave the option, but I just remember him like cutting off the fish's head while it was alive.
And that's how you became a vegan.
And this upset me a great deal. I was like, this was like a big moment in my life.
Yeah. I mean, that's a traumatic thing.
At that time, it was, and we ate it. It was delicious, absolutely delicious.
Oh, you still ate it?
We ate it, yeah.
Okay.
I cooked it up with some olive oil and garlic.
Nice.
Had some trout, rainbow trout.
Yum. It's a good one.
But it was, I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. The first time you, have to kill something.
Yeah. After that, I did a lot of fishing. I liked fishing at some point.
Yeah,
I still like fishing.
I also enjoy fishing. I've probably the last 3 or 4 years, I've learned because I'll go fish and I'll only keep what we're gonna eat. You know? Right. But you know, for years and years, 15, 20 years, I would pay a guy to go clean the fish and do the things, and then the last 3 or 4 years, I was like, all right,
do it yourself.
I gotta learn how to do this and do it. It's still weird, man. Especially because if you like the fish, you're trying to keep them on a stringer alive. If you're fishing all day, it's not like you know how many you're gonna get, whatever. Like you're trying to keep them alive until you're ready to bring them in. So, like I'm bringing fish on the, we're unloading the boat. I'm going into the boathouse, and they're still alive. They're still alive, and I'm, you gotta. No, it's a thing, man.
Totally. It's an interesting moral conundrum, all that stuff, because, I mean, I eat cows and fish and everything else, but I would hate to have to kill a cow. Right. And personally. Right. But then part of me also really wants to, because it's I think I would really actually prefer to do that.
Right. It's a different respect.
Right. I'd like to give a little blessing, make an agreement as best I can. Yeah. And do it myself and just feel better about it. Yeah.
And there's something too, I've been thinking about it. We've been, Quinn and I, because he's, hurt his leg. He's got so he's been out of practice all week. So he's been home as a, just turned 9-year-old boy going crazy because he plays soccer 6 hours a day, and now he's can't really run around, can't do anything. He's going mad in the house. So I'm like, all right, well, watch him move. I don't know what else to do. I got to do, and so he's been playing a lot of video games that he's getting sick of really quickly. Thank God. like, I'm blessed with that, man. Like, my kids will go through, like, they'll play a little bit, and then, like, I don't want to do this. They're not going to sit there for 3 days and not eat and shower like some
like
kids
I did.
know. Yeah, right. Or me, yeah. But then we're like, all right, what about, they have, like, the live action, or not live action, but the animated that's more realistic of The Lion King and Mufasa.
You mean a movie?
Movie,
The, like, recent one they did?
Yeah, I don't know. It was
remake.
Like the remake of
Yeah.
of The Lion King, but like that looks more way real.
Looks like weird though, doesn't it? Or
It's a little weird. Not really.
Not really?
No, like
Okay.
I didn't think
watch
so.
it. I just like saw the way it
watched
looked, and I was kind of like.
I watched it. It was good. I watched both. Like Mufasa's story was awesome.
Oh, they came out with
They came out with
a
Mufasa
okay.
after Lion King,
Alright.
and it's how Mufasa became Mufasa.
Yeah.
Right? So, which is really interesting because you see the origin of Scar and you see the origin of Mufasa. They did a really good job, man. Really good job.
Yeah.
But there's some cool lessons in actually both of those movies. But why I brought it up is because they do talk about the concept that we were just talking about, like the moral conundrum of, eating flesh.
Yeah.
And I think, and it got me thinking that I'm like, wow, man, I think we've as humans in our quest for I don't even know what the right word, commercialism, greed, we've disrupted the natural circle of life through the funeral system. And this is how I got there, because Mufasa's telling Simba, like, Dad, that's my friend, that's an antelope, and we're gonna eat the antelope, and he's explaining, well, son, that's the circle of life. We don't overdo it, we don't overhunt, but we eat the antelope, and then one day when our time is done, we die, and our body becomes the soil that feeds the grass and the plants that the antelopes eat, and it completes the circle. Look at it, bro. Bro! Completes the circle of life. And now in the West, and in lots of places, we've conditioned people to think, embalm them, put them full of makeup and chemicals so their body doesn't compose, put them in a box, in a steel box, in another box. So your body, you're in a box. It takes how long before your physical being, flesh, matter goes back to the soil? It doesn't. Those minerals, that doesn't happen anymore. Now we trap it in a box.
Thank God, because they're so pumped full of pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, but what's worse? What's worse, dude?
No, that's a good point.
I think Earth is way more intelligent than we give it.
Yeah, big time.
So I think it would handle that.
Yeah.
I think it would handle all the pharmaceutical stuff that we're doing.
I agree.
But it just got me thinking. I'm like, wow, that's just another microcosm of us separating ourselves from God.
Yeah, exactly. It's so egoistic.
Right.
It's so egoistic. It's like, even when I'm dead, I'm going to be preserved.
Right. Right, like.
Meanwhile, your soul's left the body.
Right. Char me and throw my minerals. I want my minerals spread everywhere, Like,
I like the idea of, the way I imagine myself is like, right now, and it could change, but I would like to be on my land in Loja, and I would like
frolicking.
to be put, when I'm dead, I'm saying. Perhaps I will be frolicking, I'd like to be put on top of, like, what is it, like a pyre?
Okay.
And burned.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be great.
Yeah, like the Vikings.
Yeah.
No,
I really like that a lot.
Dude.
Like, yeah.
Well, I don't know how realistic that is in today's day and age to be able to do something like that. I'm guessing it's probably possible to make that happen. Yeah.
Just do it. What do you mean?
Yeah, maybe here.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot harder.
Here.
It'd be a lot harder other places.
In the States, they'll like put you in jail. Yeah.
Right.
Here.
Like, I even like I like it, take me out over a body of water, put me in a canoe, a wooden canoe, and a bottle of water with some things that matter that are perishable.
Yeah.
set the canoe out and then fire a burning arrow and just let, you know.
I've seen that in a movie.
Yeah, dude, like that is epic.
See, but then like you only burn a little bit and then you end up in the lake.
Right,
or
no,
whatever.
yeah.
I kind of like the
weird.
idea of
going
being
to
like
complete
fully
ash.
burned.
Yeah, no, that's what I said in the beginning. Like, make me ash.
Yeah.
Burn, you know, char me to ash.
Right.
And then,
which I guess
like,
cremation's a version of that. But
right.
It's not
I don't
one
know.
that I like.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, exactly. Like that's a realistic option for most people.
Right.
Right, and then you spread me like I want to be, you know, throw you out, you know, like I don't know, spread it around. I don't want to be kept in a bag or an urn or a copper pot.
No.
You know, like,
Right,
no
offense. Like no offense to anyone. I get the sentimental aspect of that.
100%. I know. My family.
But like my own take. That's so weird.
I don't want.
Like I don't want to. I don't want to be on anyone's mantle place. I don't want anyone on my mantle place.
Yeah. Yeah. In a Ziploc bag.
There was that funny movie. What was it where something happened with Grandpa's ashes? I don't know. Was it one of those Ben Stiller maybe or one of those?
I don't know. Speaking of funny movies, you know what came out either today or tomorrow or yesterday? Happy Gilmore 2. Can you imagine? Like how long? It's got to have been like 20. Is it going to be like 20 some years?
It has to be.
Between.
It was great.
That was a great movie. Yeah.
No, those early Adam Sandler movies were great.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
curious.
Now he sits around with the Friends star talking about pizza.
Friends star?
Yeah, what's her name? Jennifer Aniston.
Talking about pizza.
And Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, really?
Talking about how much they love pizza parties.
Oh, interesting. Really?
And how good each other's pizza is and how they enjoy pizza together and all this.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to say it now, but I love pizza too.
But would you talk about it over and over again on a
not
talk
like
show
that.
specifically?
Not like that.
Right.
Probably not like
Probably
that.
not.
And interesting, you know who's in this new Happy Gilmore 2?
Who?
Eminem.
Eminem. Okay.
Yeah, and like they made a big deal to make it known that there's like a really funny part. And Adam Sandler was, he's my friend, but I didn't want to bother him. And then this whole bit about reaching out to him because it would really be, you know, I thought about it and it would really be funny if Marshall would do it and yada yada. And so I finally decided to call him and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll fly in for the day, you know, whatever you want. Friend, Adam, my friend. I mean, how deep is Eminem in the club? Like, wait, like...
I don't know. It's so hard to know these things, bro.
I mean, he's as deep as Sandler,
I mean, Dr.
right?
Dre lost a family member.
Right.
A lot of these guys lose family members.
Yeah.
At some point along the way.
Yeah. I mean, at some point along the way, we all lose family members,
Well,
brother.
I mean, like, you know, young family members. I don't mean, like, grandpa.
Yeah. It's part of life, too.
Seems to be an extra part of life in celebrity world.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing. Yeah, celebrity world, that's a unique thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I was listening to somebody like break down some of the psychology of that. Of sort of like intentionally holding out these examples, which they do with celebrities of like you know,
as lessons to others.
No, as like you can make it.
Oh,
you know, as like, look, this person came from nothing and now they're celebrity and they make all this money. And part of it, it's like a crucial component to the like slave matrix, you know, plantation idea.
Yeah, and like, what would you do? How far would you go to get it?
Oh, right.
And how far would you go to get it knowing you're being recorded?
Well, that's right.
You know, like
well, that's kind of the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, that's kind of like the
I wasn't talking.
The ultimate trick of it. I said, go ahead, you asshole. Sometimes I just want to punch you in the eyeball, bro.
You would hurt yourself.
Yeah, but I'd break your glasses too.
I don't know. You probably miss.
Might miss. No, that's kind of like, that's kind of the ultimate trick of the whole thing is like, you actually can't even get there. You gotta sell your soul to do
there's
it.
no other way, right.
So it's like they get you in the Matrix, everyone with these dreams, working for the same thing that's totally hollow if you get it.
Right.
But actually, you can't even get it without literally selling your soul.
Yeah, I was watching, and it was an interview. It was a comic, a not famous comic.
Yeah.
Like a guy that's not popular. I can't even remember his name now. So I shouldn't even, so it's a rumor. But he was one of those guys, he was very sincere. Like you could tell, like he believed what he was saying, in my opinion. And he was talking about how, this was, 5 or 6 or 7 years ago or something. And he was, making the rounds of the comedy clubs, trying to, make a name for himself, do what you have to do to get noticed and do all the things, right? And he said it was him and another comic. They got called to, I don't know, some agency that, like some agency that hires comics or gives comics contract. I don't know, some like big thing company. And it was him and another comic, and he was excited but nervous, and he's telling the story and how he's sitting in the, they're in the waiting room and they're waiting to go have like their interview or something, some kind of process to be determined whether they're, in or out or what the chances or whatever. And he's talking about, I'm talking to this other comic, and, like we were both feeling the same thing, excited but nervous and not competitive in any way. Like we didn't even know if it was going to be one shot or two, if we're both, whatever. But he said it was really cool. And then he's like, they brought me into this room, or they called him first, the other guy first. And then, so I'm sitting there, and then they call me in, and I go into this, and I'm talking to the guy, and blah, blah, blah. And we get to this point in the conversation where things are going good, and then all of a sudden it kind of took a really creepy turn where it was like, it started getting like, really personal, and like, what would you do? How far would you go to make this happen kind of questions? What would you do? And I was kind of, at first, like, I could see what they were, innuendoing, but I was like, is this really happening? Like, are you trying, like, is this really happening? Like, I've heard stories about this, is this really happening? And he said it got to the point where they straight up asked him, like, will you, blow this other man, how bad you want it? You want it? And he's like, I'm out. And he said he walked out, and he he's like, not, like at that point he was all flustered, and he walks out, and he gets to, he gets almost back to the lobby, and he realized he left his phone. Mm-hmm. And he goes back in, and he goes into the wrong room, and Matt Rife, the comic, who's super popular, was on his knees blowing a dude. That's it, dude. Yeah. And now, like, again, who knows, man? I don't know the dude.
I like Matt Rife.
I do too. He's funny. Yeah, he makes me laugh.
Thanks a lot, Randy.
He makes me laugh. And who knows? Maybe this is just,
of course.
this is comedy. Yeah. But I thought it was funny.
Cat Williams told the story. He said, like, him and Ludacris were up for, like, the same thing, the same, like, part in a movie or whatever. Yeah. And that it was, like, they were going to pick one. Yeah. And the person they were going to pick said something specific about, like, was going to have... Oh, they were like, there's only room for one, like, person with sideburns and something else and blah, blah, blah. And, like... But there was a price to pay. And so, but after that, Ludacris had like bazillion movies in a row.
Oh, that's Ludacris.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Ooh, man. Yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah.
He did his thing. Speaking of pedophilia.
Yes.
I saw this is, we mentioned a few pods ago.
Yeah.
Remember that strange tweet Trump made?
Yeah.
Right? Well, he just did another one
Yeah.
yesterday. Like, all right, so I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
Because I still don't understand, like, why this is a thing. Here it is. The radical left Democrats are doing everything in their power to distract and obfuscate from our great, capital G-R-E-A-T, 6 months of service to America, results of which many are saying are the best, capital B-E-S-T, 6 months in presidential history. They have gone absolutely crazy, capital C-R-A-Z-Y, and are playing another Russia hoax, but this time under the guise of what we call the Jeffrey Epstein scam.
This wasn't the same one?
This is different. As things are revealed, and I hope will be taking place quickly, you will see that it is yet another Democrat con job. Hopefully the grand jury files will put an end to this hoax, capital H-O-A-X. Everyone should see what is there, but people who are innocent should not be hurt. Make America great again.
Interesting.
Right?
Super interesting.
So interesting.
And that's the second time he's put emphasis on hoax.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, it's interesting. You know what? I got my buddies in the States, we'll still talk about some of this stuff, and they're like, how could, I got a couple really liberal, couple of really dumb, Republican, right-leaning, and then a bunch of guys that kind of in the middle of everything. And like, how come we never see any pictures or videos or anything of Obama with Epstein? And I said, what? Epstein trafficked young
little
women.
Girls.
Right.
What would he want there? Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, there's this photo that's been circulating. I don't know if it's real or not, but there's this photo that's been circulating of Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sitting on a wooden patio of like a hunting cabin or something.
Yeah, with Epstein.
Epstein and Maxwell, yeah.
Yeah, at the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, it's literally the same place.
Yeah.
Which, okay, it can be the same place because people at certain levels go to vacation at certain places. So if it's that.
Sure.
But the story that I heard that made it be like, what the hell to me, is that was the story that where that photo's from is like a royal property, like a royal.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the prince or whatever's
something
royal property.
Not just like a vacation place that
Right.
like the highfalutin folks can go to.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting things that have gone on in this world.
Yeah. Sure is. Or always are, aren't there?
Yeah.
Makes it fun. What are you looking at?
I can't turn my head.
No. Turn your head all the way around if you want. 360.
Oh, all right. Shall we do a podcast?
I mean, if you'd like to. I'm not particularly in the mood to, but I will happily for you.
Oh.
If you'd like to.
Huh?
Yeah. Does that mean yes? Would you like to?
It's so weird to think about that, isn't it? These guys that make it big, that you kind of like some parts of you likes them,
Oh God, I know.
And you're like, well, what are they into?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and then you, if you listen to some of their story, especially when they used to do more candid interviews, like back in the days in the 80s and 90s. I still remember an interview with Sylvester Stallone probably 25, 30 years ago that I listened to. He talked about, and for me it explained it didn't justify, but it explained to me like how logically you get from a guy like us to a guy like that, like without some like major evil, like no, like it's progressive, it's iterative, and he explained it. And what really connected for me was the way he explained his like sexual desires. So it went from, yeah, he's a man, he's attracted to women, which most men are, and he had a high sex drive, right? And he's talking about, that whole process, like, most young men go through, right? Then he, did Rocky, and he became like immediately like a, an icon, like a sexual icon, like where, he had, it just opened this whole door for him where, all these different things. And then, he said because he desired that and became, I can't remember his words, but it was along the lines of like, I became a slave to like seeking that experience over and over, and then I got bored. Yeah. And it became, then that wasn't enough. Then I needed like something else. Yeah. So, and it's just, and he does a way better job. He's way more well spoken than like the perception of him. And he explained this whole in a really like profound way about how there was no like, there might have been some perversion, but not like this deep-rooted evil that got me to where now, I don't even get aroused by certain things that I did, 30 years ago. And now I want, blood transfusions from 18-year-old boys, to change my, like where that's all okay. And maybe that's fine, I don't know. But I don't know, like if it's blood if it's not there, if it's donated blood, I don't know if that's a thing or not. I'm not here to judge that. But the fact that it made sense on like how you go from like a regular guy to that. Yeah. And that's like the same concept that Stolznichin talks about in the Gulag Archipelago and like Ordinary Men, and I forget who the author of that book is, but they talk about like psychologically how does a normal person get to that? Dude, yeah. It's not like this, oh, you murdered my family, and there's not like this, or they were born with this deep-rooted evil, No. Maybe there's some of that that exists places, but
no, every human being is capable of everything. Mm-hmm. And it just comes down to choices and like what path you end up on and what,
Yeah. Yeah, have you decided to finish? Like, or you didn't?
What?
Well, I don't know should I say, like, it's okay? God. No, I don't know. Well, I guess we've talked about it before. Yeah, the horse therapy. So you've, like, how did you even get to that? And did you decide that that's the path you want to take?
Horse therapy?
We don't want to talk about it? Okay. No. Let's just start the podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Jesse, Brandon here. Welcome to the Ecuador Insider Podcast.
Hey guys, we're here in Vilcabamba with the Abundant Living team. To learn more about our next retreat, click the link in the description down below.
From our family to yours, welcome to Vilcabamba.